Kubor nakaslem jong unongsan Hima.
Hadien gejing dawa jong gibobon menteri rangba gejelau konrad ke sangma segi baar ulapen bena maka sarkar galarai ban Pynhiar no igado jong penyang kali petrol bat diesel ha gejela ulapen bena bagado jong petrol shlong gadlong prapusan point prapun rew siliter naga khandai puai point 800 rew siliter kat bahri boy gadlong prapusau point nyaun rew siliter ha gabai dai baga diesel ulong bagado shlong gadihar chaka nyop khandai point iwei lai siliter naga prapun rew point ar lai kat ba hari boy gadlong nyop pra point ar iwei naga prapusan point iwei non kumba galong minta gado jong petrol asam galong prapun rew point saun rew siliter kat ba diesel ka shong dor prapo point rew ar siliter.
As you're aware, the price of petrol has increased in the recent past. Shillong today has a price of 91.26 rupees per litre for petrol, and in Shillong the price for diesel is 84.23 rupees per litre. Keeping this aspect in mind and the fact that consumers are being affected, and in spite of the fact that state is facing a lot of financial issues, and the VAT that we've collected from petrol and diesel has helped the state in these periods of COVID-19 that we have faced and the challenges we have faced, the government of Meghalaya has decided that we will be reducing the VAT for petrol and for diesel both. The reduction for petrol, which currently is at 31.62% or 17.60 per litre, will now be reduced to 20% or 15 rupees per litre, whichever is higher. This would mean that the price of petrol in Meghalaya, in Shillong, would reduce from 91.26 rupees to 85.86 rupees, a reduction of approximately 6 rupees. And if you were to include the earlier 2 rupees that we have already reduced, it would come up to almost 7.4 rupees per litre in Shillong, and respectively in other districts also the impact will be, especially in Riboy, the impact will be accordingly felt. The details of the pricing and the chart, I will circulate it after this press conference. Apart from petrol, in diesel, the VAT structure, which is currently at 22.95% or 12 rupees per litre, whichever is higher, will now be reduced to 12% or 9 rupees per litre, whichever is higher, which would mean that diesel would cost from 84.23 rupees in Shillong would now be down to 79.13, a reduction of approximately 5 rupees in diesel. And if you were to include the 2 rupees that was done initially, that would be approximately 7 rupees. So both prices of diesel and petrol will be reduced by approximately 7 rupees. And this is being done primarily to ensure that the consumers are not affected by the high prices. So in order to give some relief to the consumers in the state, this is being done. And also, you have noticed that in the past, we have always maintained the competitive pricing with Guwahati and with Assam in order to ensure that our sales are not affected. So we are hopeful that with this, our sales also will go up, and we will be able to make up some of the losses in the taxes that we may have due to the reduction of the prices in both petrol and diesel. Obviously, the taxi owners and the commercial vehicle owners did suffer at their individual levels also. It was a difficult phase for them, and and I'm happy now that because of the reforms that have taken place and because of the adjustments now that in the VAT that we've taken place. I'm sure that this will affect and make the consumers overall happy, and obviously even the commercial vehicles also will benefit from the reduction in the price.
So with the decision taken by the government to reduce prices of petrol and diesel, do we see that the government will consider revising the passenger fares, because some of the districts have gone ahead to revise the...
We have revised the passenger fares in 2020, and whatever the fares were revised in 2020 will be applicable. For an estimation, because it all depends on the sale also that takes place, but the revenue loss that we do expect, which we would have received if the old rates have continued, the revenue loss expected would be approximately 20 plus crores every month. But on the other side, I would also like to inform you that the revenues compared to last year, which was 326 crores for the entire year, we today at January, we have already touched 451 crores. So the jump in the revenue compared to last year has been there, and therefore even though the revenue will come down, we expect that the revenue overall from VAT in the petrol and diesel will go up from 326 crores last year to at least 470 crores this year. So there's a 140 crore jump. But it would have been more if the prices had not come down. But as I said, we want to ensure that our consumers get some relief, and for that we have decided to cut down the VAT. I think right now the pressing issue is which affects the citizens in general, which then affects the goods aspect also, is the price of the petrol and diesel. So transportation gets affected and every consumer is affected. So in appropriate time we are examining the prices for the excise also, because as I said, we need to maintain a competitive pricing. So that area also is being examined, but once the calculations come in, we examine, entire details examined, then we will take the call. The department is already working on the details, and we will